Andrew Tate generates over $117 million every single year using his paid info community, the real world. Now, you might already know the real world. A lot of people know the real world. I mean, Andrew Tate is like one of the most popular figures online. So you most likely already know the real world. But the problem is, you don't know how he makes his money. You're trying to figure out, how did this guy get so rich? How does he make $117 million every single year? How is he able to do this? Now, there's a mechanism behind it, and that's what I'm going to review to you in this video. And you want to stick to the end to see exactly how all the structures and all the mechanisms were put together. So before we even go into it, my name is Brilliance. I build landing pages and funnels for info products. So if you have an info product, just like Andrew Tate, or you have a paid info community, anything of that sort, use the link below, schedule a quick call with my team, and we'll see if we can help you. So with that being said, also like this video and subscribe to the channel if you get any value out of this. And yeah, let's get into it. So how does Andrew Tate make $117 million a year with his paid info community? Now, there's a series of steps involved in this, and the first one we're going to go with is long form podcast on YouTube. Now, this might seem very, very, generic, but if you're like most people, you most likely discovered Andrew Tate through TikTok and other short form platforms like Reels, but he doesn't actually sit down to make short videos most times. Actually, right now, he has started making a lot more short form videos, I would say, but Andrew Tate, his strategy is not really sitting down to make short form videos. Andrew goes on hundreds of podcasts. He sits down for long periods of time doing almost any podcast you can find. Now, you can see the screenshots here. When you just type in Andrew Tate into the search bar on YouTube, you're able to see, a lot of his short form content, and you can see that he has a ton of them. He's literally one of the people who pioneered the wave of going on podcasts. So the purpose of this was to get enough hours of video content that he could leverage for his content redistribution. And for this strategy to work, you first need knowledge, and you need a lot of recorded content online. And this is why he went on a 3-year podcast run. Now, Andrew understands how people react. So one of his main strategies was to be seen as a polarizing figure. Now, you might see Andrew Tate, saying some wild shit, and you think to yourself, wow, what is this guy saying? And he hooks you in, you try to understand, what is this guy trying to say? What is his point? I hate him. I love him. Like, he understands how people react. So that's his main strategy. So for example, one of his most popular videos on Fresh and Fit, and it was a clip of him saying, women can drive. And you can see how people are going to get outraged by that. But in reality, he's been polarizing on purpose while being sarcastic to get a reaction out of people. And it works extremely well. Now, while also controversial, he was saying a lot of stuff that other men were afraid to say or they didn't know how to put together. Like, let's just put it as, the pussification of the word, as Daniel Fazio put it on Twitter the other day. So, like, a lot of men are, scared to speak up. And Andrew Tate is kind of the mouthpiece there. And that's why he really, really blew up, because he was saying things that other people we're not willing to say. Now, do I believe everything he says? No. Do I think he says a lot of great things? Absolutely, yes. Do I think he could change the way he says some things? Absolutely. That's beside the point. That's besides the point. The thing is, the man has a way he puts his message, and it's really up to him if he wants to change that. It's none of my business, So that's the first step. Now, the second one is Rumble. Now, Rumble would have been YouTube, but the problem was during the period it was cancelled in 2022. He took down his own YouTube channel before YouTube actually took it down. So he moved to Rumble, and right now he has garnered over 2.2 million followers on Rumble, and he posts, he does his podcast there, emergency podcast and everything. And basically, Rumble is like Rumble is just like YouTube if you don't know Rumble. So Rumble is a discovery platform and one of the only free speech platforms on the internet. When Andrew was banned from social media, he signed a deal with Rumble to distribute content on the platform. And Rumble also serves as a middle of funnel strategy for him, since most people who go there to search for him already know about him and are actively searching for a solution, which is Andrew. So this could be personified as like a 13-year-old kid or a 15-year-old kid or a 20-year-old who like is looking for ways to change his life, who agitators maybe who agitate now lives in their head, like they know agitate is someone that can help them, right? So they look for him on Rumble and they find him. So his videos funnel his audience to the real world, which is basically the bottom of the funnel. Now we're going to go into the next step here, which is Twitter. Now you can see his Twitter. He has over 9.5 million followers, and basically After Andrew was banned from social media, and luckily Elon bought Twitter, Andrew had his account reinstated. He gained about 1 million followers in 24 hours. Just to show you the amount of clouds that man has, and he's currently at 9.5 million followers, and is the second most engaged account on X. His X content is one very important part of the funnel. It's one of the key pieces to his whole funnel. So Andrew posts a lot of content that promotes the real world consistently, using video creatives that funnel people into the real world, his Rumble channels and his Telegram channel. Now, you can see here, he has 9.5 million followers, and you can see the pinned tweet here is actually VSL. This is a 3.5-minute VSL, basically pitching people to go buy his program, university.com, which is basically the reward. So he posts his VSLs here. This is like his main medium of posting VSLs. There's no other platform where he really posts VSLs besides Twitter, from what I've seen. And yeah, the fourth step here is Google Ads and Google. So you might be thinking, why Google Ads? Why Google Ads? Why did Andrew Tate choose to go the Google route? Now, you might think, if you're one of the most Googled man on the planet, if you're the most Googled man on the planet, actually, what next? Like, what's the next logical step to do? You have to run a ton of Google Ads and capitalize on the trend and keywords that people are searching to get them into your program. It's literally a no-brainer. So Tate started running a ton of Google Ads because obviously he's a smart man. So for example, people are searching Andrew Tate, misogynist, all this stuff. Whether it's good publicity or bad publicity, or maybe the BBC is trying to do a hit piece or anything like that, the smart thing to do at that point is going to be to run Google Ads for those keywords that people are searching for. So if people are searching Andrew Tate, just set up an ad that's going to show up once people type in Andrew Tate. It only makes sense. And this man had a shit ton of traffic going to Google, so he had to run a lot of ads. Now, it's ridiculous how much they are, and at the same time, a lot of his affiliates were running Google Ads, so you can see the amount of traffic moving in one single direction. And the Tate movement has calmed down a lot, and even still, a quick Google search for the real world or Hustlers University will reveal some results like this. So when you search join the real world on Google, you're going to see a lot of results like this. And for these ones, there are not really any ads here, but I know at the peak of like 2022, 2023, there were like a ton of ads on Google, redirecting all to his course. So you can see how he's able to generate a lot of traffic from Google. So back to his long-form podcast on YouTube. So there's something called the content redistribution mechanism, and this is something that most content creators have not taken advantage of, or they just don't know how to do it properly yet. But this is one of the most powerful mechanisms I've seen, and people who have implemented this correctly have done millions and millions of dollars. People like Iman Gadzi, Luke Belma, Jordan Bound, Andrew Tate, like these guys are killing it. Now let me break this down. At the peak in 2022, before Tate was cancelled, he was averaging hundreds of millions of views per month on TikTok, which added up to about 11 billion views at the time. Now think about 11 billion eyeballs on your content. Like, think about how ridiculous that is. This is something a lot of people are yet to understand. Tate is a chess player, and this plan was well thought out. He wasn't saying outrageous stuff just because he thought he could. He was telling them to, get clips and viral moments, because guess what? If it was just chill and laid back on a podcast, he wouldn't get any views and no one would be interested in anything he had to say. So Tate was one of the most popular. Tate was the one who popularized this concept of content distribution. And basically the strategy is create long form podcast, edit thousands of short form clips from the long form content, incentivize affiliates to post it by giving them a kickback on any of the signups they get to his platform. And the process of editing and distributing the clips was entirely up to the affiliates for the most part. And Tate's program was $49 a month, and it still is. So because they want to make money from the affiliate link, they had to find the most controversial podcast, edit them, put them up on TikTok, drive organic traffic towards it because of how polarizing it is, get people to sign up to their link and get an affiliate commission. And Tate had thousands of affiliates posting his clips. And on top of that, because people saw he was going to go viral, they jumped on the opportunity to grow their accounts with Tate clips as well and sell something on the back end. So it all makes sense when you look at it that way, because this guy is somebody who's going viral, so it's best to just capitalize on the opportunity and grow my account. This is how most people were thinking. And also because he has a lot of these affiliates in his program, and the way you make money as an affiliate in Tate's program is literally by promoting his content and getting more people back into the program, and you make money. So you're making money, obviously, and you're incentivized to bring more people to the platform because you're going to make more money. So yeah, Most of that content is posted on Instagram. Now, this is like a hashtag I looked up, and you can see this is Andrew Tate motivation, and this has about 326,000 posts. Right, this has 300,000 posts, and basically these are just short form clips of Tate doing different things, talking, podcast clips, and all sorts. So you can see how this is a massive, massive amount of content, a massive amount of eyeballs you're getting towards yourself that is moving all in one direction. And also, right now, he has started posting more Twitter short form. So this is about 30-second clip, I think. So all this content from the long form podcast and from his Rumble are posted onto Twitter short form and Instagram. Now TikTok would have been like a big part of this, but his TikTok was like most of his content was removed from TikTok, so you can't really find a lot of good content or really a lot of content on TikTok about him. I literally just did a search today and I didn't really see any content on. I found a bit of content, but wasn't anything too crazy, just like around the time. So that's why I did not include it here, because it's no longer a major traffic source for him, right? So so that content redistribution also redirects people to most of that content that is redistributed is channels people back to Rumble and back to Twitter. And the reason is because these people are discovering him from short form. So when they are kind of indoctrinated in the way they think and what he stands for, they end up looking for him on other platforms. And the easiest platform to find him is Twitter. Two easiest platforms, Twitter and Rumble. That's really where you're going to find him. And then this leads us into another step in the funnel. So from Twitter, these people who find him on Twitter, what he does now is he funnels them to his Telegram, and Telegram is basically a middle of funnel strategy, just like an email list. So content from Andrew's accounts and email lists are proposed and posted on his free Telegram group with over 422,000 members. And this Telegram serves as a middle of funnel channel where he gets to nurture his audience who are already problem and solution aware, but may still be on the fence to sign up with the real world program at the bottom of the funnel. So basically what he's doing here is just trying to, nurture these people at the middle of the funnel, which is Telegram, because there's the top of the funnel, there's middle of the funnel, and then there's the bottom of the funnel. And top of the funnel is basically the discovery platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Twitter short form, and stuff like that. Then you have the middle of the funnel, which is like his Telegram, his email list, and you have the bottom of the funnel, which is basically when they go to the website and they purchase university.com or the real world. So Telegram is used for that purpose, and he posts quite a lot there. And also he funnels people into his email list from here. Now he has a website called cobratic.com, and basically when you go there, you can sign up to his email list, and he usually puts that on Twitter. So when you sign up to his email list, you're going to get a ton of emails, like you can see. Let me just zoom in. So this is 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th. Like he's literally sending emails every single day to like millions of people. So or maybe not millions, maybe like in the hundreds of thousands. Like it's going to be a really, really large number. And you can see how this is serving the same purpose as his Telegram group. It's a middle of funnel strategy. And it's basically, email is a one-to-one connection with your audience. So you're sending your audience emails every day, every week, whatever the frequency is. And basically at some point you're going to turn them into a buyer. So Andrew has an email list as part of his middle of funnel strategy, and this serves ideally the same purpose as his Telegram. So nurturing his audience into buying the program, he sends out daily emails based on his content style and controversial approach. So, and what do all these channels do? So let's go from Rumble here. So from Rumble here, his content funnels people to university.com. From Twitter, you can see right here in this post, we have university.com. The same thing. From Google here, it's either the real world or university.com, which is basically the same thing. From his email list, you can see all redirecting to university.com. From his Telegram, the same thing, university.com. So right here, we have like 5 different sources of traffic going directly to the website or the landing page of university.com. And when you combine all of this, Tate has been able to, sign up 200,000 students into his program. And 200,000 students multiplied by $49 a month, that's about $9.8 million a month. and when you multiply that by 12, that's around $117,000, $117 million a year. So this is the complete funnel of Andrew Tate. If you find anything confusing, let me know in the comments below. If you have any question of how to set up your funnel, or you want to build a landing page, anything of that sort, if you want a funnel built out, from top of the funnel to bottom of the funnel, use the link below. You're speaking with my team, and then we'll see how we can help you, and we'll go from there. So I love you. Take care. My name is Brilliance. If you like the video, please drop a like, and also subscribe to the channel, so you get notified of when I drop the next video. I'm dropping videos on Mondays and Fridays every single week, so you don't want to miss out on all the sources. There's a lot of marketing source coming, and I'm also going to be sharing a lot of personal stories of myself, because I like to do that. I like to give a lot of insight. I'm from Nigeria. I've basically been able to, build my audience on Twitter to about 6,000. I've generated about $20,000. So yeah, and it's basically, I had my own funnel as well. So that's really it for this video. I love you. Bye bye.